Hello, my name is Siva Kumar, and thanks for watching Umoja Shorts, where we deconstruct a complex solution in a simple and understandable form, taking one issue at a time. Today, we are going to talk about the education grants and its three basic components: advance, claim, and settlement functions. Let's have the whole process on a page. The education grant flow starts with HR partners. The HR partners are linked to the organizational units which they manage. So any employee belonging to the org unit managed by the HR partners, education grant can be managed by the HR partners assigned to those org units. In this example, HR partners A, B, C, D, E are managing the org unit. So first thing is the HR partner, one of the HR partners creates education grants advance. Once the advance is created, the advance can be paid by the same HR partner. The advance payment can be done either by an off-cycle payroll or by the regular payroll functions. Once advance is paid, the staff members later submits the claims at the end of the education cycle, and the HR partners, one of the HR partners, irrespective of who created and approved the advance, can pick up and start processing the educational claims items. Once the items are entered, previewed, verified, the HR partner saves the record. He or she should not enter the settlement date for that particular transaction. Once it is completed, the HR partner B, in an offline communication, informs the other HR partners to carry out the completion of the settlement process. Then, any other HR partners other than the partner who has modified or the last modified the claims can pick up and verify the data entered by the previous HR partner or partners and enter the settlement date. Once the settlement date is entered, the system will pick up the value and pass it on to the payment function, so it will be picked up in the next payroll run for posting. Any changes on the settlement date after the settlement date is done by the HR partner will be managed only by a person who have a HR partner support role, and it will not be managed by HR partner. With that introduction, let's see the system demo. Payment of advances. So for that, the HR partner goes into the staff members data on the benefits on the NPO education grant and click on all for the period and go on the overview, and it lists all the dependents who are eligible for education grant. Select the entry and go to the change. Then go to the advanced tab and make sure you enter the amount appropriately. To add additional expense types, you click on this more help and then click on the cost type, and wherever you have A, it means it is available, and wherever it is N, it is not available. So I'm going to add a course fees of $200, and then to identify how much is the advances, I go to the preview screen. The preview screen is going to give the total admissible cost is $1,200 US. Then to do the payment, I have to go and put the payment date, say for example today, and then click on the advance payment button. The system is going to propose you, there are two options of paying. Either it could be through the off cycle, in which case the system is going to update the record info type 267, or payment via regular payroll. So in this example, I'm going to select off cycle payroll, which is 267, and education grant is already posted. Paid or not, I go to PA20 and then pick up the staff member and check on info type 267, and I say all and display as overview, and it's going to show $360 which has been paid as an advance cycle for today. To see the details, you can go inside and we'll figure out what exactly has been paid. The first HR partner enters into the master data maintenance and go to the 965 info type, which is related to education grant, and select all and go to overview and click on the information and say change. And now you will be going into the claims tab, and if the system is going to already propose that you already entered advance amount of $1,000 for tuition fees and $200 for course fees. Now you can add additional value here, expense amount, or you can even add a new line item as you did in the advances. So I can say an admission fees of $500. And after you enter, then exactly the same way you did, click on the preview. The preview is going to show you the total admissible cost, and total allowable cost is 441. And that 441 will be the amount which will be paid. Now, since I am the first HR partner, I do the settlement data entry, and I do not enter the settlement date, and I save the record and leave it for the next HR partner to complete the process. Not the HR partners who entered the settlement date, and that's the control within the education grant claims process. So he or she goes into PA 30 and then pick up the staff member, select the info type 965, click all and go into the overview screen and select the specific entry, change, and onto the claims tab. In this case, so the HR partner will be verifying everything, all the entry has been entered by the previous HR partners. Look at the preview, make sure the calculations are correct, and then enter the settlement date, which is same as the recovery date, and press enter and save. Once the settlement is done, if you go inside into the change mode, the system will warn you saying that any subsequent change will impact the claims processing, and you say a confirm, and the system will not allow you to change the system settlement date. An HR partner who is creating the advance, the claims entry, or the settlement date cannot change anything once the settlement date is entered. However, the system will allow to add additional line items for a new settlement date. To change the settlement date, you need to be having the access as an HR support role. After the settlement date is entered, you need to be entering as a HR support staff, and the transaction code is HRPADUNEDGR. And enter the personal number of the staff member and select the children. The system is going to show you the children child data as well as the entitlement, and you click on the entitlement, and that's only way the settlement date can be changed. Now here, instead of 22, I can make it as 24. So the application is approved successfully. So this is the only way you can change the settlement date. Thanks for watching. It's always a pleasure. For more information and questions, send me a note and keep watching this channel.